Hey everyone, today we have an incredible story of unexpected love between a single dad and a billionaire heiress. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe and tell us where you're watching from. Now let's get started. Ethan Carter had grown used to the rhythm of his small New York cafe. Grinding coffee beans, serving regulars and chasing after his 6-year-old daughter Lily. Life hadn't been easy since his wife passed away, but he managed with a quiet resilience. Every morning the routine was the same. Isabella Moretti, the young billionaire heiress with a sharp tongue and impeccable fashion sense, would glide in, a designer coffee in hand, ready with a sarcastic comment about his rustic café or his tired appearance. Most people would have snapped back or felt humiliated, but Ethan had learned to ignore her, letting her arrogance roll off his shoulders. Despite her constant mockery, Ethan noticed glimpses of loneliness behind Isabella's carefully constructed exterior. The way she sometimes lingered by the window, staring at the city streets as if searching for something, or how her smiles occasionally faltered, hinting at insecurity. He didn't pity her. He had no time for that. But he couldn't help observing, sensing that beneath her wealth and pride, she was just another human, craving connection. And yet every day she seemed determined to prove she was better than him, sneering at his café, his old car parked outside, even his modest apartment. One rainy afternoon changed everything. Isabella had dropped her designer purse on the slick sidewalk, and before she could bend to retrieve it, she slipped. Without thinking, Ethan dashed forward, catching her effortlessly. Their eyes met, his calm, reassuring, and hers wide with surprise. For a fleeting moment, the smirk vanished from her lips, replaced by something unguarded. The bustling city faded around them as a quiet intensity filled the space. Ethan handed back her purse without a word, simply offering a small, gentle smile. Isabella, flustered and unused to vulnerability, stammered her thanks, feeling a flutter she couldn't name. After that day, the dynamic began to shift. Isabella's barbed comments softened, laced with teasing rather than cruelty. Ethan noticed the change, but remained polite, cautious not to read too much into it. Still, he found himself anticipating her visits, secretly curious about her thoughts and motivations. The spark ignited on the rainy street had not gone unnoticed. In a city of millions, two people from completely different worlds had begun to connect in subtle ways, their interactions filled with tension, curiosity, and an unspoken possibility that neither had expected. Weeks passed, and the tension between Ethan and Isabella evolved into something more playful. Isabella's sharp barbs became lighter, often tinged with teasing rather than ridicule. Ethan found himself laughing more than he expected, enjoying her company despite her extravagant lifestyle and occasional arrogance. The café, once just a place of work, became a stage for their growing connection. Lily, oblivious to the subtle romance unfolding, adored Isabella's rare visits. Ethan marveled at how the heiress, who seemed untouchable to the world, could smile so genuinely around his daughter, revealing a warmth hidden beneath her polished exterior. One evening, after a local charity event, Ethan walked Isabella to her car. The streets of Manhattan glimmered under the city lights, reflecting in puddles from a recent rain. Lily ran ahead, squealing with delight, while the adults followed at a slower pace, their conversation flowing effortlessly for the first time. Isabella spoke candidly about the pressures of her family's wealth, the expectations she constantly faced, and the loneliness of living in a gilded cage. Ethan listened with quiet empathy, offering thoughtful words, instead of judgment, surprising her with his genuine understanding and patience. As they reached her car, Isabella suddenly stopped, turning to face Ethan. She felt a surge of emotion she hadn't anticipated. For years, she had hidden behind sarcasm and mockery, protecting herself from vulnerability. But something about Ethan's presence, the way he treated her with respect His steady gaze and the effortless kindness he showed Lily broke down the barriers she had built. Without thinking, she leaned in and kissed him. Softly, the city lights casting a golden glow around them. Ethan, initially startled, responded gently, allowing the moment to linger, a silent acknowledgement of the spark between them. The kiss changed everything. Isabella felt a wave of liberation, shedding the pretense she wore like armor. Ethan, too, felt a new closeness, a possibility that transcended social status or past hardships. From that night onward, their interactions transformed completely. No longer merely a billionaire heiress and a single dad, they became partners in laughter, understanding, and mutual respect. Life in New York continued around them, but for Ethan, Isabella, and Lily, the city became a backdrop for something far more meaningful, the unexpected journey of love, trust, and connection between two very different worlds.